Hey Pisces! So, I'm doing a Mercury in retrograde reading. It will only be about 5 minutes, 3 cards, and just explaining basically what energies we're working with during this time. So, we also have the Pisces full moon, which is during near enough the exact same time. The energies are all in the air at the same time. So I feel like it's actually being quite productive and positive. I don't feel like it's going to be all like, whoa, Mercury retrograde and chaos like we all feel during previous ones. I actually feel like it's going to be great. And the reason being is because during Pisces full moon, intuition is high, and it's a very spiritual time, so a time of reflection, a time of insights and growth, which is great. And that's exactly what I'm seeing coming up in the readings. So Mercury is the planet of communication, so you may get miscommunications if you have not been listening, or you have been kind of bringing if you've been going through some stuff, right? So it happens. It brings to the surface things that you need to face. So miscommunications, technology going wrong, traffic, anything can perhaps go wrong because communication comes in many forms. Sometimes it is the universe communicating with us and they can't talk, right? The universe can't just tell you like, hey, you're meant to be growing right now. Why are you sitting still? Get a move on, right? So we have to listen to the signs and pay attention. This is what it wants to do to pay attention to specifically. It was reversed, so pay attention. I've not had this one before. Now Pisces, I feel for you, this, because it's in a Pisces full moon, I actually thought as I was about to record, oh Pisces, I bet this is a great spiritual growth time for them. But I wasn't going to say that in the reading until I'd just seen this. I'm like, yeah, I was right. So wise woman of the grove, grace. And then you have stillness and reflection. You have again, pay attention to purification. This is a time for you spiritually growing, connecting. Now, this is giving me, oh shit, look at the imagery. This is Native American lady. Look at her. She's a wise spirit. She's guiding, nurturing. She is a healer. And I feel like this is a great time for you to be connecting with your gifts, actually. And look, not all of us know what our gifts are. Not all of us have gifts that are, all magical and things like, oh, I'm psychic and things like that. Some of us are healers in many ways, like doctors, or healers in the way that we build something for someone and it creates a home for someone. Like, you don't realize there's many ways to kind of have a gift at someone. It's being talented, right? They are all God-given gifts. They are all universal gifts. I don't know. I'm trying to think of many different ways of saying that for different cultures and religions, but there's always a way that the universe has provided, right? And I feel like this is what this is saying. Like, you've been given this, use it. Use your strengths. And I think it's a time for you actually to amplify what is your strength. So pay attention. I feel like if you're wondering what that is, and I feel like someone actually, or some of you, may be feeling a little bit lost in this area. Oh, pardon me, sorry, I have been eating hummus and crackers in between recording. So apologise. I feel like you might have been feeling a little bit lost, maybe like, what's my purpose? There's a reason for this, for sure, and it's basically to kind of make you pay attention to that, because again, maybe you have been going off track or being distracted. I remember Pisces, somewhere in one of your readings over the last few months, it was about being literally distracted by somebody else. So perhaps that's what has happened and you're like, whoa, I don't know where I'm supposed to be right now, what I'm supposed to be doing. And so I feel like the whole point of anything that comes up for you during the next 2-week period is purposefully to show you that. So yes, if you are having anything that you may be feeling is negative, reflect on that. Your next one is reflecting pool. So reflect on that. I feel like there's a reason why you may be, hitting road bumps, or why something's not working out for you. It's because it's not meant for you and you're meant to see that. And I feel like, again, if it's miscommunications or perhaps someone's not communicating with you, it's to make you really analyze the whys. What have you been doing that's away from who you are? Because I feel like it's a gift that you're just not giving, because you're not aware of it, or something along those lines. So reflecting pool, stillness, it's saying be in the now. And that was a really general reading for the whole of everybody in September. Most of the signs said be in the moment, live in the now, stop living for the future, stop waiting for something to happen, just focus on the now. And I kind of want to say to you, big things, you don't need to do big gestures, you don't need to just show up here and there and be like the hero. Little things make bigger things. And I kind of feel like sometimes this is where people miss, and I don't know why I'm saying this to you, so take it as it will. It obviously needs to come through. I feel like sometimes people are like, I'm here for you whenever you need me, right? And so you're there, and they come to you and you're there for them. But then it's the little things in between. Like I say that to people, and now I don't have people, right? Because I don't put the time in to nurture relationships because my mind's somewhere else. I'm all about like, my family, my kids, raising my kids. And then in that time, I'm trying to kind of grow spiritually and you know what I mean? Like my own hobbies. So like for myself, my purpose seems as though during this time, and I feel like that's changing for myself, but let's just say up until now, has been about hermit time. And I feel like that's for you to realizing that perhaps there is places where you need to be putting efforts in to do those little things that are going to give you what you desire, that are going to lead you to the life that you wish to live, which is your purpose, which is what you desire, where you want to be, or what you're looking for. But it starts with little things, and I feel like you're not supposed to see it. So even though I definitely feel like there's this sense that you are being given insight into what and where, and what your gift is, where your talents lie, where you need to be going, I feel like you shouldn't be focusing where you're going though. Focusing on the now. See it. Feel it. Witness it. Be in it. Interesting. Your final card is Pine Spirit. Oh, that's so cute. So purification, I said that already. Okay, so she is like a fairy in, like a fae in a pine forest full of snowy kind of tops on the pines. I'll show you in a minute. She's carrying a green evergreen, and that's green, it's not snowy. And in the other hand, a bright light, as I'm seeing in the camera, as I'm looking at my laptop now. Interesting. Okay. So I feel like new ideas will come to you. But again, focus. Focus on what is. And then I feel like what will be will grow naturally, organically. Don't force something. I definitely feel like Christmas could be something for you guys. This is a Mercury retrograde reading, but I feel like with this snow, it's kind of giving me a Christmas vibe on something. I'm not sure what. Movement. So perhaps you're supposed to be staying in the now, in this kind of, I want to say ideas, but it's reflection, it's thinking, growing, but not looking forward. It's like looking at what is and what is growing. And then I feel like with the Christmas, something will fall into place. I'm not 100% sure with that, but Christmas just seems something, that's like a timeline to grow something in. I feel like don't worry about anything. Things are as they are right now. I don't know. Interesting. But yeah, movement is what come to me, wasn't it? With these wings. I'm feeling blurred as well. And I feel like if you try and see where you're going, you're not going to see it. So just stop. Again, you're being asked to stay still. With this first one, that woman, the wise woman, and grace as well. You got grace and stillness. It's about being humble and kind as well. And purification. I mean, you have grace and purification either side, and they were both reversed. So I feel like, again, vulnerability is a thing here. And I think, check out your September reading for sure and have a listen to that, because I feel like in that I touched on your vulnerability being your strength during this time. And this may be something that really comes to the surface. And I feel like that perhaps might be a big insight into where your gifts lie as well, is within your vulnerability. So yeah, harness that, access it in the now, reflect upon it. Thank you, Pisces, for being here. I feel like that was like a very, very spiritual reading. We're only doing a Mercury retrograde reading. So I hope that makes sense to you. Please check out your monthly reading for a bigger read. And I'll see you next month. Thank you, guys.